Judges chapter 15. And it came to pass after some days, at the days of the wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife, carrying a kid of the goats. And he said, I shall enter to my wife into the bedroom. But her father would not grant him to enter. And her father said, In saying I said that, by detesting you detested her, and I gave her to your companion. Behold, is not her younger sister better than she? Let her be to you instead of her. And Samson said to him, I am innocent this once concerning the Philistines, that I myself should do evils with you. And Samson went and seized 300 foxes, and took lamps, and tied them together tail to tail, and put one lamp between the two tails, and guided them. And he kindled fire in the lamps, and he sent them out in the ears of wheat of the Philistines. And he burned the ears of wheat from the threshing floor, and unto the straight standing ears of wheat, and unto the vineyard and olive orchards. And the Philistines said, Who did these things? And they said, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he took his wife and gave her to his male companion. And the Philistines ascended up, and burnt her and the house of her father by fire. And Samson said to them, Since you should do thus, I shall not think well, but I will execute my vengeance from out of each one of you. And he struck them shank unto thigh with a great beating. And he went down and sat at the hole in the rock of Etam. And the Philistines ascended and camped in Judah, and cast forth about Lehi. And every man of Judah said to them, Why have you ascended against us? And the Philistines said, We ascended to tie up Samson, and to do to him in which manner he did to us. And 3,000 men from out of Judah went down unto the hole in the rock of Etam, and said to Samson, Do you not behold that the Philistines dominate us? Then why did you do these things to us? And Samson said to them, In which manner they did to me, so I did to them. And they said to him, We came down to tie you, to deliver you up into the hands of the Philistines. And Samson said to them, Swear to me by an oath to not kill me yourselves, that lest at any time you should meet up with me yourselves. And they swore by an oath to him, saying, No, but only by a bond will we tie you, for we should deliver you up into their hands. But to death we will not kill you. And they tied him with 2 new ropes, and bore him from out of the rock. And he came unto Jaw. And the Philistines shouted, and ran to meet him. And Spirit of the Lord straitened upon him, and the ropes in his arms became as hemp when fire smells, and the bonds melted away from his arms. And he found a jawbone of a donkey having been tossed. And he stretched out his hand and took it, and struck with it 1,000 men. And Samson said, By the jawbone of a donkey, in wiping away, I wiped them away. For by the jawbone of the donkey I struck 1,000 men. And it came to pass, when he finished speaking, that he tossed the jawbone from his hand, and called that place Removal of the Jaw. And he thirsted exceedingly, and yelled to the Lord, and said, You gave by the hand of your bondman this great deliverance, and now shall I die in thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised? And God opened the gash, the one in Jaw, and there came forth from out of it waters, and he drank. and his spirit was restored, and he lived. Because of this, its name is called Spring of the Calling Upon, which is in Jah until this day. And he judged Israel in the days of the Philistines 20 years.